WWE made it official this week. Roman Reigns will defend his Universal Championship against Brock Lesnar October 21st at Sweet Saudi Money 6. Enough of this. Provided, of course, Roman can first get past the Demon Balor at Extreme Rules. 7 days. We are 7 days away from Extreme Rules next Sunday with 6 matches announced, and not one of those matches has any sort of extreme stipulation. We have Roman Reigns against Finn Balor as the Demon for the Universal title, Becky Lynch against Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's title, Charlotte Flair against Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's title, the Usos against the Street Profits for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, Damian Priest against Sheamus and possibly Jeff Hardy if he wins his match against Sheamus on Raw tomorrow night. That'll be for the United States Championship. And Liv Morgan, one-on-one against Carmella. Why even keep this dumb pay-per-view? They throw a ladder match on there and they call it Extreme. It's not Extreme. Just get rid of it already. Just call it something else. I don't know why they insist on keeping this Extreme Rules shit around. What was it last year? Remember they gave a subtitle last year? That was the pay-per-view that I believe they did the eyeball angle, right? With Rey Mysterio that we had so much fun with on the live stream when the show was over. The horror show, that's what it was, last July. It was the horror show at Extreme Rules. At least we're not getting a horror show this year. But I thought SmackDown on Friday was a painfully average show. I was still coming down from the high of that Madison Square Garden show. I know they can't all be like that, but this was just a very average, very dull show. They had Big E on there, fresh off his WWE title win, to tease a match with Roman Reigns. He actually teamed up with Finn Balor against the Usos in what they called a championship contenders match. Having the Raw champion show up to take part in a championship contenders match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles is stupid. And they won. Big E and Balor won. They beat the Usos. The match itself was good, but the reason that Big E was on this show in the first place was to set up what followed, which was a backstage assault by the Usos who left him laying. You know, they're setting up for brand warfare at Survivor Series, as they do every year. And I thought the match to do this year is not Roman Reigns one-on-one against Big E. It's the Bloodline against the New Day. And I had that in my notes, and I was going to talk about that and pitch that here on the show. And then they stole my thunder. They stole my thunder on Friday by doing that angle, and then they just came out and they announced the match. They could have headlined with it as a Survivor Series. My idea was you do it at Survivor Series, and you could even make it a Survivor Series elimination match. And I think that easily could have headlined the show. Not only that, I think that that could have been great on the level of what we got with the Shield and the Wyatt family, which I'm a huge fan of. This could have been like that. And maybe it still has that potential to be that good. But clearly these ratings have spooked them recently, and so we're getting the match tomorrow night. They're not even waiting for the draft shows. Like, if they couldn't wait for Survivor Series, it's like, all right, well, the draft is coming up. Well, maybe they can make a big TV main event out of it for one of the draft shows. They're not even waiting for that. They're doing it the week before. Tomorrow night, the Bloodline is coming to Raw. Roman Reigns is coming to Monday Night Raw. You know what? It's like I said earlier with the Big E stuff and the Money in the Bank cash-in. Anything that they can do to make that show more palatable is fine with me. If that's what they want to do, fuck. You know what? Their company, fine. Do it. Do it. I still think it should have been the main event of Survivor Series. I think they're fucking dumb for not holding it for that. But if they want to give us that match on TV tomorrow night, I'm looking forward to the match. It should be very good. Naomi. Here's something I liked. Naomi finally had enough of Sonya Deville's bullshit. And she confronted her backstage. She told her, she was in the middle of a conversation, she told her to get off the phone and said, I've been very patient and very respectful of you up to this point, And now I want to know, when is my next match? And Sonya told her, check back with me next week. And Naomi said, I'm going to get that match, one way or another. And she cut a promo on her. I thought Naomi was fantastic in this segment. We need to see more of that Naomi. Less of this glow shit and more of this. We were later on told that Naomi was fined for insubordination, and Sonya had this to say on Talking Smack. I have to address the elephant in the room because it's really getting under my skin. The way Naomi talked to me tonight, the way she treated me, is absolutely unacceptable behavior for everybody in the locker room across the board. Male, female, SmackDown, Raw, or NXT for that matter. Nobody is to talk to a WWE official in that manner. She is lucky that she got a fine. I don't know what she thinks stepping to me and getting aggressive in my face is going to do. I am a WWE official and I'm not going to lay my hands on a WWE talent. Let's just make that crystal clear. She may not lay her hands on her as a WWE official, but if she either quit or was relieved of her duties as a WWE official, then I suppose she wouldn't have that problem now, would she? So there's your loophole. The match is coming. I don't know when, but the match is coming. Maybe on draft night.